Good day, mathematicians. Today's topic is highest common factor, HCF, and lowest common multiple, LCM. The name tells you exactly what we're looking for. So the highest common factor is the largest factor that is common to two or more numbers. The lowest common multiple is the smallest natural number that is a multiple of two or more numbers. It will be best to explain this going through the worked examples. The worked examples are on page 14. The first step is to list all the factors of each of the numbers. So I always like to start off with the largest number, 36. And remember, a way to make sure you've got all the factors is you say 1 multiplied by 36 is 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and then obviously 6 times 6. So I know that I have all the factors listed there. I do exactly the same with the other two numbers. So the factors of 28 are 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28. The factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. After you have listed all the factors, you go back to each list and you underline the common factors. I ignore 1. So 2, I will find 2 is common to all three sets. The next number that's common, or the next factor that is common, is 4. We are looking for the highest common factor. So I would have a look. I have a 6 here. A 6 is a factor of 36, but not 28. I have the factor of 12. 12 is a factor of 12, which is a factor of 36, but it is not a factor of 28. So therefore, the common factors are 2 and 4. The highest of those is 4. So the highest common factor for those lists of numbers is 4. Now let's look at finding the lowest common multiple. Find the lowest common multiple of 4, 10, and 5. So the first thing we do is we rewrite each number as a product of its primes. Now remember, we used the ladder method to find the prime numbers, the prime factors of a number. I'm not going to explain the ladder method again. You can see the previous video. So the prime factors of 10 are 2 and 5. The prime factors of 5, well, there's only 5 because 1 is not a prime factor. The prime factors of 4 are 2 and 2 because 2 multiplied by 2 will give you 4. The next step is to write down the factors of the largest number. So our largest number was 10. So the factors of 10 are 2 and 5. 2 multiplied by 5 will give you 10. What we now need to do is use this list to see if the factors of the other numbers are in this list. So let's go to that list and we can see if I multiply 2 times 5 will give me 10. So 10 is represented. I then go and have a look. 5 is represented. But now what about 4? I have got to say 2 multiplied by another 2 would give me 4. So we actually have to go and add or include the missing factors to the list. So the list to make up the lowest common multiple will be found using the factors 2, 5, and 2. Once I have all the factors that would make up each of those numbers, I multiply all the factors in the new list to calculate the LCM. So 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. 10 multiplied by 2 is 20. So the lowest common multiple is 20. Let's find the HCF of 120, 300, and 500. So what we need to do is we need to rewrite each number as a product of its prime numbers. I'm going to take 500 and I'm quickly going to revise the ladder method. So I will take 500 and I'm going to divide it by 5 because it ends in a 0. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 can't go into 0. 5 can go into 100 again. 5 goes into 10 twice and a 0. 5 goes into 20 4 times. 2 goes into 4 twice. Don't fall into the trap of dividing by 4. I then say 2 goes into 2 once. Remember that all these factors here have to be prime factors and our result at the bottom must be 1. So, the factors of 500 are 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. The factors of 300, you may need to use the ladder method, of 5 times 5 times 3 times 2 times 2. The factors of 120 are 5 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. Once I have written each as a product of its prime numbers, I have to identify the factors that are common to all the numbers. So for this exercise, I'm just going to take different color pens. There's a 5 that is common to all 3. Okay, so 5, and I know in the end I'm going to multiply them together. Let's see if there are any more. There's a 5 that's common to those two, but no 5 here. 5 I can't use. I have a 2 here, and a 2 and a 2. So I can use 2 multiplied 2 and 2. So my next factor common to all of them is 2. And if I have a look, I will see I still have a 2 that is common to all 3 numbers. So I'm going to multiply by another 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. So what we had to do there was list all the common factors. Then we had to multiply the factors to calculate the HCF. So the HCF equals 20. You can stop your video now and test your understanding, which is on page 14.